what would education as a civil right mean in 2012? So let's hear from another panel what more we can do to deliver on Dr. King's dreams.
Andy Moran, charter, magnet, and traditional public schools in the urban centers are all largely segregated.
Yes.
Even 50 years after Brown. If it's not written into the law, is it unconstitutional?
Well, the court has distinguished between segregation that's mandated by law and that which comes about as a result of residential segregation. And one of the great unfinished pieces of business when Dr. King died was his quest to undo patterns of residential segregation. And Dr. King actually explicitly identified the evils of de facto, that is, without the power of law, but just by dint of residence, the evil of de facto segregation. So I think he knew that only focusing on laws mandating segregation would not be enough. And we know today, for example, that many children go to schools that are isolated by poverty and race, and they are doubly disadvantaged. And the growing Latino population in this country is, by some measures, the most segregated student population in America. And that is going to be a part of our future. And the bitter harvest of privatization is that it treats getting an education like buying a toothbrush. That it's only about the person making the purchase, that we capture all the benefits for ourselves, and therefore we can all be selfish. But the roots of American education were built on the common school, where we come together across all of our differences of experience and background because we need to be a people, not just a bunch of consumers, even in communities that have the political will to integrate. The United States Supreme Court has struck down voluntary integration plans like the one in Seattle, the one in Louisville, Kentucky, and it did so because it said that any consideration of race in student assignments was a form of discrimination. So that means that even if you can create a well-intentioned coalition of people who want to integrate the schools, the law that is supposedly the legacy of Brown, the progeny of Brown, stands in the way, and that is one of the deepest ironies of our current political climate.